Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I will show you Walker, an extendable application launcher. Walker can be used flexible for many use cases. To launch applications, to select emojis and to run it in the D menu mode for custom scripts and custom menus. I will show you in this video how you can install Walker on Arch Linux based system and how to use it in a basic mode, and then later on also with D menu. I will show you how you can create your own power menu with Walker. You can find all information in the video description, including the link to the Walker repository, the script that you will later see in that video, and some installation commands for other Linux distributions. And if you like that video, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. And with that, let's jump in. We start on the home page of Walker on the repository in GitHub. And when you scroll down, you see a description of Walker, the application launcher, a screenshot. And when you scroll down, you see the built-in modules some of them that we will later try out. And if you scroll further, you see here the installation commands. Here is an example for Arch Linux. I'm here on Arch Linux, that's why we can test it. I copy the command yay-s walker bin and paste the command here into the terminal, and the installation starts. Very good. It's already available for Arch as a binary. That speeds up the installation a lot because I don't have to build it from source, and it's already there. Okay, let's try it out. Let's do a first run of Walker just by typing Walker. And here you have the default Walker configuration, the default setup as application launcher. Let's give it a try. Let's search for Firefox, and here is Firefox. So this is working very well already as application launcher. You see here that you are able to start Walker with explicit modules, with the modules flag. Yeah, so in the modules, the default modules that are built in Walker are listed here. Let's try it out with the emojis module. I copy emojis into the clipboard, then I go back to the terminal. I enter Walker, modules, and emojis. And when I start Walker now, you see that I have access to the emojis. So let's search for smile. I want to use this emoji. I confirm the usage with return. And now when I paste the clipboard in with Ctrl-Shift-V, you see that here is the selected emoji. So Walker can be used as an emoji picker. Another module is web search. So with Walker modules web search, I can start Walker in the web search configuration. And here I can, for example, search for Walker GitHub. And then I can select the search engine. And I want to search this with Google. And you see that Google has started here in Firefox with the right search term. Are the keybinds, and you can scroll through these list. But you can also search for all window keybinds. So also here a flexible tool that you can add to your Hyprland configuration. Let's start to configure Walker a bit more. And you see that here in the wiki section under basic configuration, you see that you can run Walker-C or Walker with the command create user config. This will create a starting point for our configuration in the folder xdg config home, which is in my case .config/Walker. Let's execute that command and see if there is now a Walker folder. Here is the Walker folder in the .config folder with a config toml file and a themes folder where you can adjust and modify the theme of Walker. All right, let's try to theme the Walker front end a bit, and you see that Walker has support for custom themes. And there is a default theme already generated in the config themes folder, and we can use this as a reference. Let's move to the editor, and here you see the default CSS and the default toml file. So the toml is the template, and the CSS file is the color theme and the layout theme. So we have to copy both. For example, here the default CSS and the default toml file. And then we have to rename it. I rename it to my Linux for work. And here is the CSS file. Needs to have the same file name, the same name. And now we can go back to the config toml file. And here you see that when you search for theme at the top, you see that currently the default theme will be used. I want to use now my Linux for work theme. And let's go here into the CSS file, for example. And let's change the background to white, just to have an effect that we can really see that something has changed. Let's open Walker, and you see now we have a white background. So what I want to do is here already, because I'm a big fan of colors generated from the wallpaper, and I have Matugen here on my .files, and I have created here a new template, Walker Colors CSS, which I'm currently working on, and this will generate a file colors CSS based on the colors that are used on the wallpaper. So when I go here to the Walker Colors, you see that I generate a background and a foreground color based on the surface and on surface variable of Matugen. And I will now import this file, change the wallpaper. This will trigger, in my case, the Matugen color theme, and it will generate here a colors file. You see, when I change the wallpaper again, that the values are changing. And this is now the file that I want to import into my Linux for Work CSS file, and then we can use the colors of the wallpaper. Let's go back to the wiki and click on FAQ. And you see, here's a dedicated section. How can I import files in my CSS? I copy that, go back to my Linux for Work CSS, and I will replace now the first 3 lines with that command. And of course, I have to change the home folder name to my home folder, and I click on Save. So let's test it. Now, here is no big difference, but it's already in use. Let's switch, for example, the theme to Prefer Light, and this will generate now a new color theme based on the wallpaper. And now you see I have a light theme for Walker. So let's change this color here, this highlight color, to use the primary color from Matugen. Okay, how to do this? So let's scroll through the CSS file, and let's see if we find something. Child selected with color 1. So it seems that the highlight color is the color 1. And let's override this with a Matugen variable that already comes from the generated color CSS. I will use now the primary color. Here it is. Let's go back here and enter here add primary. Let's start Walker. And now you see it's using the primary color. Let's change the wallpaper. Start Walker again, and you see the color has changed. Now we can scroll down and tweak a bit more, because I don't want to use an opacity. Let's see. Yeah, now we have really the full color of the primary. And what I also now want to do is to set the font color. Set the font color to white. This is white. Let's start Walker again. And now you see here that the color is white when an item is highlighted. Let's increase the border radius to 10. Let's see. Yeah, and now we have a rounded border. And it fits more and more to the style of the My Linux for Work files. Let's try to add also a border radius of 10 to the overall window. This is not working. Maybe it's the box. Yeah, it is the box that we need to change. And now you see that I have also rounded corners on my starter. Yeah, this is, you see, this is how you can tweak the layout and the colors and the design of Walker easily by changing here the CSS file of your custom theme. Let's go back again and switch to dark mode. Now we are here back on dark mode and open Walker again. And you see here, you have here now the dark mode with the new primary color. Let's create a Walker script that we can use for several use cases. To do this, let's create first a new script file, walker.sh in the home directory, and give the file execution rights. Here we are, and now we can execute the Walker script. I will open the file now in Visual Studio Code, and here's the empty file. And now we can add here the Walker execution command, Walker, and this time I want to execute it in the D menu mode. And in the D menu mode, you can load external data in. For example, let's load the ls command into the Walker script as an input. Yeah, and with that symbol, you pipe the output of ls into the Walker D menu. Let's save the file and execute now Walker. Yeah, and now you see you have here the folders and files, the output of the ls command. Okay, very good. Let's close Walker again. What we now want to do is to create a list of items. And with item 1, item 2, and item 3. And important is that you use as a separator \n. So items is now a new line. So item 1, item 2, item 3, all of these items are now in the new line if we would output that. So let's try that out. Echo -e items. And let's comment the Walker command for now. And you see here item 1, item 2, item 3, all items in a new line. And now we can pipe in this output into Walker. Let's start Walker again. And now you see that you have item 1, item 2, item 3 here in that Walker menu. Yeah? Okay. Now let's see what the output is of when I select an item. Again, let's start again. Walker, and I select item 2, and you see that the output is item 2. Please ignore these error messages. So it's item 2. So if we want to use now this output, we can save it in a variable with output equals the dollar symbol and put this in brackets, and then the output will be written into the variable output. And now we can do the following: echo, this is the output, dollar output. Let's try the script. I select item 2, and then you see here, this is the output, item 2. So now you have the output in a variable, and now we can work with it. Yeah. For example, I can create with that a power menu. And now we can filter based on the output with an if statement. If dollar output equals shut down, then we can execute the command echo execute shutdown command. If the command is reboot, then we can execute the reboot command. If the output is lock, then we can echo execute lock command. And if the selection is empty, then we can write please select a command. Yeah, so let's try it out. Shutdown, execute shutdown command. Reboot, execute reboot command. And lock, execute lock command. So everything is working fine. Now let's replace here the lock command with hyperlock. Yeah, because this is the lock screen. Let's give it a try. Lock, and here is hyperlock. So you see when we start Walker, you see here that we have the activation keys not needed in that kind of menu, or here at the top the search field, and we want to hide this now. To do this, I go back into the Walker folder, in the config folder, and work here on my theme file, the My Linux for Work Toml theme file. And you see here the activation label. And this is what I will hide now with hide true. You see now the activation key is hidden. And now we can also hide the search field. And with Walker help all, you get all parameters of Walker. And you see here the parameter -h. To hide the search bar. Let's add this to the Walker command. With -h, I will execute it now. Let's try the script again, and you see that the search bar is hidden, and you have a nice power menu created for your system. So you see how flexible it is with Walker using in the D-menu mode. That is Walker. Walker is really a very flexible launcher application, and I will invest more time into Walker in the future and try out to integrate it into the My Linux for Work .files as an option in parallel to Rofi. And with that, see you next time.